that shoot. When I was a little shooty, I found a little piece of crap. And then I decided to eat it. And then I choked. And then I quickly pooped it out because it smelled. And then I saw it. Then I ate it alive. And then it quickly tumbled down my butt crack. And then I pooped it out my chin, my belly, like I was getting pregnancy. And then it quickly pooped out and then hit the invincible wobbly animation. And then people tried to get it, but they missed. And then the invincible wobbly animation, it hit him in his balls. And then he went quickly to the wall and lost his legs. And then disappeared out of nowhere. And then he fall out my butt crack. And then another person fell out my butt crack. And then I went to eat them while my poop was on it. So, guess what I did? I ate it and then pooped it out. Also as a tumbling poop. And also, I pooped too. Because why not? It's brown and he touched it and then he literally went back in my mouth and then disappeared. And then I just growed to the size of big fat queso shoot. I was always watching his videos because I loved it. And then I found a friend called a whale, and he was just like me. He was fat and he looked like queso. Then I found a friend called a whale. And then I didn't know that I was bigger than him. And then I pooped. And then immediately Whaley just died in my goddamn face with my own 2 goddamn big fat eyes. And then I said, "Shooty shark." But it still couldn't beat the big fat queso. And then I immediately growed and then turned yellow. And then I loved burritos. I loved burritos. I ate them every day because they just taste so good. And then I just grew to the size of 10,000 quesos. And that is the story of the big fat megalodon Ookie Shook. And that was the story of the big fat megalodon. The size of Ookie Pookie. And then he opens his jaw. Because it's so big. And then I quickly friended him. And then he was playing Grover Gruden. And I was a big pun. Looking like a bacon. And then I quickly got pooped out. And then he ate another one. And then he quickly choked it out. And then he didn't like it. But then he saw a nuke. He wanted to eat it so bad. And he knowed it tasted good. So he quickly pitted it in his mouth. And then he quickly pooped it out after a long 10 hours waiting for it to get out. But then it got stuck. And then he choked it out. And then he ate another nuke. And then it quickly just exploded. And then that was the story of the dead big fat megalodon Oogie. I quickly got boomed to death in the big fat big fat thing. And I got shot with literally 5 nukes, as the Oogie used to say. As the big fat queso used to say. But now, I'm the mega big fat queso shunk. And then I quickly noticed a burrito. And then I attacked the function. And then swallowed them. And then pooped them out. And then eat that burrito. And I just noticed that burritos taste so good now. And I escaped a big fat thing. Miles as bombs exploding per seconds. And then it deleted it, and then that's the story of the big fat Oogie Shook, who eats 1 billion quadrillion infinity 6-7 mega mustard burritos. This is the story of the big fat of the whale. The whale quickly screamed like yada hoo, and it quickly turned pitch black because how loud his screams were that every light turned off. And then every melon had to go to the sea. And then only was some melons were going to the sea. And then it was night again. But the melons had managed to come out. And then they saw it. The big, fat Oogie Shook. It quickly looked like a new Shook. And then you look closely. It grows. And then it turns yellow. And then swallows you. And then poops you out by its chin. Is that really scary? Is that really cool? No. Is it fun? Is it really, really cool? Pick one. Is it fun? And it just growed. Quickly just swallowed the whale. Without the whale saying anything. And it quickly growed. And then it ate the big whale. Out of nowhere, he just never came back. He never came back ever again from this thing he saved us from. And then Tooch quickly became AI. And then Jesus died. But the big fat Oogie Shook, he was too fat. He couldn't handle him. That he deleted his own self because he has power. And then he and then the big fat whale. And then he got thrown into the sea, and then he quickly went out, flapping him with his flap. And then the big fat oogie whale come back, and then pooped him out with his back. And then right at the end, Gray Mine came from the rescue, and then he got tumbled up and got pooped out to his death. Did not like that. Chesty Mountain Coins came to save the day, but they quickly got and then the dumb Gray Mountain came, and then they tried to kill the Oogie Shoot. They came, but they quickly got pushed off and then fell to their death. But then that was a close, big fat Oogie Shoot. But he comes. The crew, the strange crew. The strange crew quickly became famous for doing skydiving and killing emoji cats. But not that close before 6'7" kid came and then destroyed the whole lab field. And then went in and then saw his monstrous mouth. And then they threw a melon into it. Like, bruh, what did he ever do to them? But he quickly got thrown in, and then he got pulled up, and then he fell. And fumbled out his butt. He tried to poop it out, but he couldn't. So it was stuck in his butt. And then quickly, Coinist came and saved the day. Quickly, Coinist came and then saved the day. And then they didn't know what to do at first. And then they noticed that they could 6'7" and mango mustard all along. And then he bited him. And then he screamed like, and then they quickly jumped in and tried not to be pooped out. But he got ripped to poop. And that's the spot where they get stuck. How big the booty cheeks. But when one didn't manage to get out, and then two, Chesty Best quickly came, and then the crew, Chesty, Coinus, and then Melon Cat. Chesty caught foods, and then he went down, tumbling through his butt. Then he got hit by something. He didn't know how to escape it, but he did. And then OG Chesty quickly got pooped out to the ocean, not surviving it. And this is the story of the big fat pooping shark. Make anything invisible. Make anything invisible. Freeze anything, and then last the best. poop out anything.